The date today is June 21st, meaning we are halfway through 2025 and thus halfway through the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. But are we on track to find every single PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 Platinum game released here in the PAL region before the end of 2025? Let's find out. Again, folks, and welcome back to the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. My challenge for 2025 to not only find every single PlayStation 3 Platinum game released here in the PAL region, but to finish the story and find the final PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 Platinum games we need to complete the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. But we are against the clock, and that clock is ticking. We are 50% of the way through 2025, and hopefully today we can cross some more games off the list. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and please subscribe, as I put new videos out every Saturday night at 5, as well as bonus content throughout the week, and I really want you folks along for the ride. If you ever miss an episode of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy, fear not, I'll link all the episodes down below in a playlist. Our Platinum hunt this time starts in Kings Lynn, and one of the best things about hunting in Kings Lynn is the variety of stores on offer. You have antique stores such as this one, charity shops, pawn shops, CEX stores, independent gaming stores, something for everyone. And I'm hoping hitting up this large variety of shops that we're going to find some Platinum games we need this time for the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. And straight away we are finding some PlayStation 3 games and yes, some Platinum games. But unfortunately this time we didn't manage to find any Platinum games we needed for the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. But fear not, our next store is one of the best independent gaming stores here in Kings Lynn, the Retro Retreat. And I was hoping we could find some Platinum games here, but unfortunately on this visit their PlayStation 3 section was looking very sparse. But here's the thing when it comes to retro gaming stores, their stock is always rotating, and I guess we just got unlucky this time, as it looked like recently their PlayStation 3 section had been absolutely ransacked. But this is the thing about retro game stores, their stock is constantly changing, and unfortunately we are looking for something very specific we didn't find this time. Our final chance to Platinum hunt in Kings Lynn today was at CEX Kings Lynn, but this won't be our final CEX store this time. But this could be one of the biggest PlayStation 3 sections I have seen in a CEX store for a very, very long time. So I am very hopeful we're going to find some Platinum games we need here in Kings Lynn CEX. Historically, I have said one of the best CEX stores I've ever visited, and you can see why. With sections for a somewhat retro console such as the PlayStation 3 being this large in 2025, this is why this is one of my favourite CEX stores, and hopefully we can find some Platinum games we need here. It's a big section, so you'd like to hope we can find some Platinum games we need here, but I think we do need one, which I have passed over here already. But we'll come back to all the games I'm going to pick up at the end. But you can see, if you ever need a copy of GTA 4 Platinum, Kings Lynn has you covered. And this was a massive PlayStation 3 section. Like I said, I always get excited when I see Infamous, but it's Infamous 2 we need. Around halfway through this massive PlayStation 3 section here in Kings Lynn CEX, and unfortunately so far we haven't managed to find any Platinum games we needed. But this was quite interesting. The PlayStation Essentials version of MotorStorm. This is one you do not see very often. I did try and pick this one up, but spoiler alert, it did not have the correct disc. And I do pick up a fairly decent stack of Platinum games at this CEX store, but how many of them will have the correct Platinum disc? This is half the battle, especially when you are hunting for PlayStation 3 Platinum games in CEX, is getting them with the correct Platinum box, which is normally fairly simple, but also getting the correct Platinum disc, which can be a real pain, as somewhat unsurprisingly, CEX do not really care if it has the correct Platinum disc, but I'm really hoping this one does Ratchet Clank, because that is one you do not see very often, a fairly uncommon Platinum. And honestly, I'm just hoping this trip to Kings Lynn hasn't been a bust and we managed to find some PlayStation 3 Platinum games we need for the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. We managed to find 4 PlayStation 3 Platinum games we needed here at Kings Lynn CEX, but the question is, how many have the correct disc? Here we are then, back in the games room after an absolutely incredible day of hunting in Kings Lynn with friends, family and even the family dog. I love lone hunting, but there's something about hunting with friends and family that just makes it so much better. But unfortunately this time we only managed to find 4 Platinum games we needed for the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy in Kings Lynn CEX. And of those 4 games, only 2 of them had the correct Platinum disc, the first of which is Dirt 3. And thankfully, this is the final Dirt game we needed for the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. It's fantastic as we're starting to cross entire franchises off the list. And we have another game from an incredible PlayStation franchise, but this is not the final game. The final game is on the list of tough Platinums, some of the hardest Platinums to find from my research. But I'm very happy this time to add Ratchet Clank, A Crack in Time. These are fantastic action platform games, and honestly I'm super excited to replay this PlayStation classic. These next games are a gift from a viewer of the channel, Scott, so massive shout out to him and his daughter Rebecca. And this isn't the first time he's helped us out finding Platinum games. He also managed to find some PlayStation 2 Platinum games we needed, and this is always appreciated. As I said from the start of this challenge way back in the PS1 days, I cannot do this without your help. So keep an eye out in your local game stores and CEX stores if you see any PlayStation 3 Platinum games. As we go into the second half of this challenge, I need your help more than ever. But for today, we have 2 games here from Scott. The first of which is Oblivion, and I have been playing the remake of this game on the Xbox Series X at the moment, and it is absolutely fantastic. But for years, this was the best way to play this game, the Game of the Year edition with all of the DLC. And for £5, a bona fide bargain. And the second game Scott has sent is an absolute bona fide classic. Again, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the greatest PlayStation 3 games ever released, Uncharted: Drake's Fortune. Now, I do already have this in the collection as part of a Platinum Double Pack, but these Platinum Double Packs are super hard to find, and I love having a variant because it just looks so much nicer on the shelf. So once again, massive shout out to Scott for both these games. I am very lucky living here in the fine city of Norwich as we have a thriving gaming scene. We have a fantastic CEX store. We have fantastic independent gaming stores. We have some incredible gaming arcades and retro arcades. We even have gaming markets coming through here on a regular basis. But now we are even luckier to have the Norwich Games Festival. Our next stop, Platinum hunting, this time is the Norwich Games Festival, which features the Norwich video game retro market. Now, historically, so far, we haven't had much luck PlayStation 3 hunting at any of the gaming markets we've visited around the UK over the course of 2025. But of all the gaming markets we have visited so far, the Norwich video game retro market is the only one where we found a Platinum game. So hopefully that streak can continue today. And start off, we are finding some Platinum games here on our first stall from Last Level Games, local legends here in the fine city of Norwich. But unfortunately, starting off, nothing we need for the collection. Here's an annoying similarity between hunting at gaming markets and hunting at CEX. You have no guarantee if your Platinum game is going to have the correct Platinum disc. But at least here at the gaming market, it's easier to check those discs. But we never stop hunting, and boxes such as this at gaming markets are a great place to hunt for PlayStation 3 Platinum games, as you never know what's going to be lurking at the bottom of some of these boxes, and sometimes you can get an absolute bargain, as of course most people are not hunting for Platinum games. But this game did catch me unaware. Yakuza 3 for the PlayStation 3, not a Platinum game, but a fairly uncommon game. Another Platinum here, but Dirt 2, one we already have. But honestly, at the end of the day, at least we are seeing Platinums, because more often than not, when we are hunting at gaming markets, we're not seeing any Platinums at all. But look at these numbers and how perfectly organized here. All of the Platinums all in a row. It just makes my life so much easier, even though, once again, unfortunately, there was nothing we needed here for the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. Unfortunately then, another strikeout, another video game market, but it had been an absolutely incredible time here at the Norwich video game market. Roll on same time next year. Here we are once again back in a games room, and it just seems this time we are not having very good luck platinum hunting in the wild, especially at gaming markets. Of all the gaming markets we have visited so far over the course of 2025, I've only managed to find one platinum game. And that was quite ironically at the last video game retro market here in the fine city of Norwich. But we are not going out like that. We are halfway through this challenge and I want to end on a high. So let's go on one last platinum hunt this time. We have one final chance to platinum hunt, this time at Cambridge CEX, and thankfully this is a fairly large PlayStation 3 section, but unfortunately this episode so far we have not found many PlayStation 3 platinum games. This is our last chance to dance this time, but thankfully we're finding quite a few platinum games, including this game right here, Motorstorm Apocalypse, one of the rarest platinum games still on our list, and I'm really hoping, praying, crossing my fingers and my toes that this one has the correct platinum disc. This is a platinum game which I believe only got a specific platinum disc in very specific European countries. And while it's a long shot that specific platinum disc version is going to be here in Cambridge today, I'm just hoping we get lucky. But it does seem like we're having some good luck here in Cambridge CEX. Our last chance to find platinum games this time, as we've managed to find not one, not two, but 3 platinum games. Now I just hope all of these have the correct platinum disc, especially Motorstorm. We are not having the best luck this episode. Of the 4 platinum games we found in Cambridge CEX, none of those games had the correct platinum disc. And the one that hurts the most was that copy of Motorstorm Apocalypse. This is a platinum game which here in the UK did not get a platinum disc, to the best of my knowledge. I have found copies of this game on eBay, but some of these copies are super expensive, and that would have been a real win here at the halfway point to be able to get that game for a decent price here in the UK. But we move. We have one last thing to add to the collection this time to end on a high. It doesn't add any games to the list per se, but this is a very, very cool variant which I never thought we'd find to add to the Platinum collection. Like I said then, I want to end this episode on a high. Here at the halfway point, we need a win. And this right here is the win we needed. This was an eBay auction. And first things first, apologies to whoever I outbid on this one. Yes, I did jump in the last minute and put a high bid because this is something you do not see very often. So we have talked about variants throughout this episode, and more specifically the Platinum double packs, and we have another one here today with the Ratchet Clank Platinum double pack. Now these are 2 games we do already have in the collection. We've had Tools of Destruction for a long while, and somewhat ironically this time we found a crack in time. But these Platinum double packs with their cardboard boxes are super hard to find, as I don't think they made many copies of this, but it is a slight issue with this copy. So we have Tools of Destruction, Platinum box and Platinum disc, but like I said, we already have this one in the collection, so that's a win. The second game in here, Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time, yes, we picked that up today, but unfortunately in this box set it has the standard version of the game. But thankfully we can take that copy we found earlier in Kings Lynn CX and put in the correct Platinum disc, because of these sets this is the harder thing to find, these cardboard boxes. Now there are quite a few of these which have been released, and while I'm not actively going out of my way to get these to own the complete set, if I find them they're a real bonus. So we really needed to end on a bonus this time here at the halfway point. Here we are then, folks, June 21st, halfway through 2025 and halfway to the completion of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. And let's break down the numbers. So starting off, when it comes to the PlayStation 1, we have just one game left to find. And this one simply comes down to money. This is a game which is over £100, Silent Hill Platinum. It's one I'm hoping to pick up with CEX vouchers, but honestly I haven't been able to hit up as many car boots as I would have liked so far this summer, but hopefully we can slowly build a voucher and finish the PlayStation 1 Platinum Collection, which at this point it's going to happen sooner rather than later. We have locked in the PlayStation 1 section of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy, but what about the PS2? When it comes to the PlayStation 2, we have just 16 games left to find, but around 50% of these games are Australian exclusives, and these are some of the hardest games to find, but the cogs are in motion. I have a source hunting these games out in Australia as we speak, and if not, the last few Australian games we need are available on eBay. Once again, it comes down to funds, but I am quietly confident that in the next 6 months we can find the remaining 16 PS2 games we need to complete the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy, which brings us on to our final report. How are we doing on the PS3 front? Which brings us to the PlayStation 3, the largest library we have to find for the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. Now, at the beginning of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy, I said, to the best of my knowledge, there was 111 PlayStation 3 Platinum games released here in the PAL region. We now know that number is more like 112, which means here at the halfway point, to be on track to complete this collection before the end of the year, we need to have 56 PlayStation 3 Platinum games. Now, with these games we are adding this time, remember, some of these are doubles, somewhat ironically, with the double pack. We have a grand total of 53 games, which means we are ever so slightly behind where we need to be at this point of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. And this is where you folks come in. With 6 months to go, I need you more than ever. If you see any Platinum games in your local CX store, local game store, anywhere, if you have Platinum games in your collection you do not want, get in touch. I will pay for games, trade for games, or happily give homes to unloved Platinum games. I need your folks' help now more than ever, and together we can complete the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. There we have it then, folks. That was another episode of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy, and we are over the halfway point. Now this is where the fun begins. It only gets crazier from here, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss an episode of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and until next time, let the games begin. See you soon!